who are the ball lickers.
What we got's gonna turn your brain into shit.
Why you laugh?
Zlurpcast!
Welcome to the Zlurpcast. Hello, Johnny P and Extreme. You've been with us for many years. If you're new to the show, thanks for checking us out. Whether you're listening, you're driving to work at the job you hate, we try to take you away from that. Or if you're watching, you could be watching while driving. Extreme, have you ever watched a podcast while driving?
That sounds like a horrible idea. I would never admit to doing that with a daughter who's going to be driving soon.
Okay.
Who would
Smart
definitely
move.
listen to Zlurpcast. Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched full movies. Like if it's a long trip, why not? I got like a little spot on my dashboard that fits my phone perfectly. It's like it was made for it. The Germans, man, they knew it. Listen, Zlurpcast, we talk about the game of Blood Bowl. We were gonna have Jervis Johnson on this episode. True story. Not even April Fools. Like we're still, it's close. I should just actually say I did. But you know, he's doing Dreadball. That Kickstarter's up and all that. And you know, I get it. I was gonna ask him all Blood Bowl questions, so totally fine. Maybe one day. Here's the thing, Extreme. How far removed is Jervis from Blood Bowl at this point? Like how many years?
Far enough, I think. I know.
Yeah.
I heard in an interview he did for somebody else's podcast that he was invited back to be like a consultant for the new edition, and he kind of declined, saying, "You don't want me.
Yeah.
I'm the old man with the old ideas." And
Yeah. Like a legal procedure.
that was a great idea.
Which is in the new Dreadball. Fun fact. He's like, oh, I'm going to put this back in. Oh, I've got my eye on you. Listen, I like the legal procedure. That's neither here nor there, but it's a lot of fun to get in fights with your Blood Bowl friends over such silliness as that. Extreme, it's March 2026. You are in full HOTS form right now. I mean, that's a pretty big deal in your world. You are now, like, you are the man when it comes to this section. I don't want to say Midwest, but I don't want to say Indiana. Like, well, how do you define HOTS?
I don't think I'm the man. I'm just a record keeper. It's a.
That's the man. No, the record keeper's the man. The guy at Wrigley that puts the numbers up. You know?
He's the man.
He's the man.
Okay. So the region for HOTS is Indiana plus Louisville. So the northern part of Kentucky. We
So like Holtz.
Holt.
I don't know. It's put Louisville in there.
Sure.
So what does HOT stand for?
Hoosier Open Tournament Series.
Okay.
So the Louisville guys have to pretend to be Hoosiers. But
Got it. That allows you to basically link all of your events into one overall thing. The more you go to, the better you're going to be, and obviously you want to win some along the way.
yeah, that sounds about right. So we are limiting it to 11s tournaments, but we don't care if they're specialist or 2025 or whatever. As long as there's, a full Blood Bowl game going on, we're good.
Does it have to be NAF or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point. Remember how we used to say, like, NAF, it was important to me because of the record keeping. It wasn't about the rules or whatever. It was record keeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly getting to the point where I don't care anymore. The hard part's going to get over is going to be 5 years from now, remembering what happened and not having any record of that. But I'm getting to the point where I don't really care anymore. Do you have that feeling, or are you still in the, I would really like it to be NAF?
No, 100%. I still, if I had my preference, I'd want it to be NAF. The reason there's that requirement for HOTS is because it's an AF tournament series. So they give us They give us cool
Makes
work.
sense.
Look, I can grab one right now. At the end of the year, you get these big old pins.
That's big. Is that metal?
Yeah, it's metal. It's like 3
Wow.
inches. Pretty big.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so they have first through third and stunty that they provide for official tournament series.
Well, get all your touches in now of the pin, because you're not going to win one.
Yeah. But to your point, yeah, for the last couple of years, I would say even, I still prefer NAF tournaments, but I'm more open than ever to, in the past it would have been like a deal breaker. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
NAF, I'm not going. Now it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll go.
It'd be great if everything was so I could see all my records, but I'm not going to, freak out. For example, we're going to talk Inside the Dugout about things going on. I'm in the Florida Championship Series. I don't believe that's NAF because in a weird way, it kind of could be because it's still a tournament, but it's over a long time. So we'll talk about that. Extreme, you're going to talk about the most recent tournament you were at, correct? In the Graveyard?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. That sounds right.
And then we've got Around the Old World. We both have one coming up. We got a lot going on, so you should probably stay tuned because the next segment is what, Extreme? Do you want to start with the exclusive or do you want to get into the other stuff?
I think we should go Inside the Dugout.
Okay. Inside the Dugouts.
Brought to you by McMurdy's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loathing it. You are tuned into the Zlurpcast
with Extreme and Johnny P. Lodging to a speaker near you.
That's what we are.
Inside the Dugout.
All right. Inside the Dugouts. Extreme, I was pretty close to the dugouts of the Philadelphia Phillies visiting the Yankees in a spring training game to see one Don Mattingly. And I was going to go up there inside the dugouts. I saw this guy walk up. I had pretty good seats. I got free tickets from work. It was row JJ, so it was like the 10th back. Then there were two like all the way in the front. I was kind of behind home plate, a little to the third base side. And I saw what was going on by the visitors' dugout. I saw a guy walk over, and he says, the security guard, hey, can I get it? I'm just kind of like guessing. That's what he was saying. I was kind of reading his lips. Can I get a picture with Don Mattingly, who's the Phillies bench coach? And his son is the GM, so it's probably how he got the job. Whatever the opposite of a Nepo baby is. Nepo daddy, I don't know. And the security guard's like, no, I just see him shake his head, no. And then all of a sudden I look over again, and he's doing a selfie with Mattingly. Because, he probably said, hey, Don, what's he going to say? No. And then I'm like, man, I could have done that. But I'm like, there were kids up there. Kids are supposed to be the ones doing that. But then I just saw like a full-grown adult do it. And I said, if I was sitting really close to there, I might have done it. But I did not walk over because it would have been too many like, who are you? What are you doing? And I didn't do it. I took a little picture and a video. That's about it.
Yeah, so I think I have a story that relates to this a little bit, but it's completely different at the same time.
Okay.
So you're doing it in a ballpark. I think that's different. But when I was a kid, my grandparents took me to Wrigley, and then afterwards we went out to dinner, and my grandparents had more money than my parents did. They were doing very well. So we had a very nice dinner. And when we sat down, Harry Carey was like 2 tables over with a bunch of his friends. I was like, oh, man. So I'm psyched the whole dinner. And my grandfather, like after we paid, he like went over to get an autograph from Harry. Like we went out to get a cab and stuff.
Right.
And he came out and he's like, no, their food came, so I left him alone. I didn't ask. And that was like this important lesson that like impacted on me. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and like this respect of people in general. But again, yours is completely different because it's at the ballpark. That's he's there for especially spring training.
Well, yeah, it's like I probably could have walked over. I have an autograph ball, so I wasn't going to ask for an autograph. It was going to be at the most a picture, and even if that wouldn't work, even just like a handshake, I probably could have. I just didn't want to go through the rigmarole, if you will. I just the whole thing. I try to be respectful because it's weird. Again, this is a little off topic, but that's what the show is, right? The tangents are the show. And I know you listen sometimes to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast with Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. And Cardona was talking recently about these people that come up to him, and it's always at airports. Like, you're hanging out in an airport all the time. This is a new level of low. I thought signatures and going to eBay or whatever, I thought that was already low, but like, this is a new level of low. Have you heard about this Funko Pop autograph thing? This kind of scam?
No.
Yeah. All right. So I never even noticed it because I open up all my figures of everything. But I guess in a Funko Pop box, there is a clear liner in the front, like between the figure and the front of the case, or the front of the wrapper, I guess. There's like an extra. He said he saw a guy that shows up with just those. It's just a clear, imagine a baseball card, a playing card that's clear, a clear rectangle. That's it. Going up to people, asking them who they are. Like, why are you famous? Who are you? Can you sign this? And then once you get the signature, you go and then buy the Funko Pop of that person and you slide that in there and you sell the autograph Funko Pop. Like, you asshole. You know, and he's saying if you bought a Funko Pop of mine, or you know, and you brought that for me to sign, okay, you know, I'll sign it. But like, you're now bringing the sleeve, getting that first, and almost like to the point of, who are you? Why are you famous? Sign this. Like, fuck off. That's a new low right there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I was actually even thinking, like, I didn't even know there was an extra sleeve in there. Like, you could get that signed and call that a signature. Crazy. Unless it's maybe maybe you can remove the outside cardboard. Whatever it is, you're getting the signature first, then buying the figure second, and selling it. Awful.
Well, I mean, he could, like, knowing that happens, he could sign it at the very bottom too. So when you slid it in, it would be covered up by the cardboard.
Yeah, or just sign "fuck you." That's always good. I legally changed my name. All right, well, a lot of fun dugout tales, Extreme. And I know Inside the Dugout is a segment where we get a little personal. Not personal lives, but personal Blood Bowl journeys. Teams that we're working on, projects we're working on, whatever it is. Do you want to hit on yours first?
Sure. So I think we talked about the league that I was joining locally. So I've played 2 games on that. It's going well. The biggest goal is there's so many new players in the league that I'm trying to be friendly and help do my part to bring them into the game. And so far it's worked. One of my opponents joined us for a small tournament that we had. So that was pretty awesome. He's super cool. I hope to see him more often. And my other opponent too. I hope to see them more often, but he didn't show up to the tournament. So whatever.
So the ones that are not cool don't show up. The ones that are cool show up.
Yeah, and that's fair. Yeah, but things are going pretty well. So I've won both my games, but more than that, it's trying to be that helping people get into the game.
You are the ambassador of the league.
I'm trying to do my little part. Yeah, so that's how my league is going. On my painting table, I got a lot more than I thought I would be painting because I've been slowing down and don't really paint too much anymore. But I'm going to be talking about a team later in this that I'm currently painting, and I'm trying to get through that because I have an exciting project after that I really want to get to.
Wait, so is this like a dugout within the dugout? You said later. Isn't this the time to share such things?
Sure. Yeah, that makes more sense, I guess. Yeah. So
what were you going to save it for?
We're going to talk about a tournament later that this team is for. But
okay. All right. So the team is for the tournament, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Let's save it.
Okay.
All right, everybody, put your dicks back in your pants. Everybody. We're saving it. Okay. Anything else inside your dugout?
I don't think so. I have this project that I'm working on behind the scenes, but it's kind of has to wait until this team that I'm currently painting gets out of the way so I can really get going on it. But I'm excited about it.
Something that I think is pretty cool that I know also lives in your dugout is you're getting more into sort of the background and lore and fluff of your teams and your players and all that. And, I like that too. Whether it's like my own ideas and then I'll, shove it into like ChatGPT or something and say, hey, give me something because it's still based off of my concepts. And it's just kind of cool, kind of coming up with some of that storyline and lore. And it makes me even more annoyed when someone doesn't have a team name or player name. Because now I'm going from me who always had that to now I have like drama within the team, who's stabbing who in the back, who's pissed off that they got the start and then had to sit because a star player joined in. Like all this other like storyline. It's so far beyond just naming your players now. And in my head, and again, play with your toys however you want, right? You're playing it wrong. I get all that. To me, it seems like, how could you not do this? Like, it seems like if you show up to an event, league or tournament or otherwise, and at the top it says Brian's team, and your player number 1 is named player 1, it's like, I don't get it. Because after you have already assigned the skills and chose the perfect roster, like, I got this, all right, everything I want. All right. I guarantee you did all that before your game, right? Like several days or weeks before your game. So what'd you do from when your roster was done so you played your first game? You had all that time. You could have said, it'd be cool is if they were all named after this. And then all of them had a little thing. And then whatever. You got a thing. I miss that. And I don't see it enough. So I appreciate that you and me are both putting more into that, and maybe it'll rub off. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both have the same feelings and attitudes towards that, but it's not shared with a lot of people. A lot of people just see it as more of a game without any, I guess, like role-playing element to it. So they're just pieces on a board.
Yeah, if it's a board game and they're pieces, and I got a guard piece, and I'm gonna add a piece, and if they're a player who's named and you care when stuff happens to them, or in a league. It's two different ways to play. You're right. And one's not, I'm not saying anyone's wrong in the way they're playing it. It's just how I choose to enjoy the game.
I think this is a good analogy, too. So it's so I've always made this distinction when watching sports of teams that I'm a fan of and teams that I'm a supporter of. I don't expect other people to go by these rules, but it's my rules. So, I support the Colts. I want them to win. They're my local football team. But when they don't win, I don't care. I don't have any emotional investment there. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to go on with my day. But teams that I'm a fan of, I'm emotionally invested in, and it means more. I think it's the same thing. Naming your player, knowing their backstory is emotionally investing in that player.
I would agree. I used to say, back when I painted more, I used to say, when you paint a team, you're more attached to them. And many people believe that, and it's totally fine. Believe whatever you want. I don't have that belief anymore because I don't paint anymore, and I can get attached or not attached to various teams no matter what. I have teams that I've painted that I never want to play, so I thought I was supposed to be attached. It's more of a just how do you want to enjoy the game. And you mentioned the words role-playing earlier, and I don't really want to play a real role-playing game. It's usually annoying, just everything about it. But a game like this, or a game like, spoiler, I'm sort of designing another thing. Those are things where smaller model counts attached to your models. There's stories, there's names, there's things that happen. In my eyes, it's more fun. But again, people play how they want to play, and I appreciate that too.
Yeah,
if I won a bunch of tournaments, I don't know, maybe I'd say peace, and I wouldn't care. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
It's one of the best things about Blood Bowl is that there are so many different ways to have fun with it.
Yeah, right. Tabletop, video game, fumble, there's tournaments, there's leagues,
playing
there's variants.
competitively, having a goofy team, whatever you want to do, whatever's fun for you, do it.
Very true, very true. Well, Inside the Dugout, I'll give you an update on my league, which is just wrapping up, actually, for me. Others, they're going into the playoffs, but my season is wrapped up. It's been rough. So I got the Maidenhead Roadies, my legendary Chaos Dwarf team. And, even with the band Maidenhead there, even with their number one hits, Number of the Blitz. Do you know how that one goes, Extreme?
I don't.
Number of the Blitz. 10, 10, 10. Number of the Blitz.
Are they gonna
the Roadies will mash you. The Roadies will mash you all to bits. Okay, that's all I got. Go ahead now.
Are they gonna rewrite the song now that 10 is not a blitz?
Oh, charge. Yeah, the number of the charge. Blitz. Yeah, you ass. Thanks for bringing that up. But that's so stupid, by the way. Charge, because it's Charge and Blitz Bowl, which is a different game. Why'd you have to use the same name? I don't want to say Charge. I'm going to say Blitz forever. You might catch me saying Rush every now and then, but you won't catch me saying Charge. So that league, I started off with promise. I was in a division with a couple of coaches and teams that I thought I could fare pretty well with, and I got a win against a division opponent. This guy, Rich, great guy, and I just started to go downhill from there. I had a lot of games with pouring rain, and I was very, very determined to only carry the ball with Bull Centaurs. I know a lot of people are cursing me right now, like Danhausen would curse you at the screen there. But here's why. Again, and I'm wrong because I've lost a bunch, so it doesn't fucking matter what I say. But this is how I envisioned it. In a tournament, I have no problem having Hobgoblins carry the ball and doing that, and using the Bull Centaurs as full-on blitzers, blockers, just hole makers, all these things. But in a league, the Hobgoblins might die, and I didn't want to have that, where as soon as I get them a skill, they're gone. Now, something could be said for playing the roster game, and you get inducements, and yeah, that's true. There's been a lot of, 10 games in, we had teams at 1,000, we had teams at 2,000. We've had that much difference after only 10 games. So, yeah, I guess I could have done that, but I eventually did get block on both bulls. Never got block on my Minotaur. This is crazy. I got 4 casualties in my first 2 games. So I had 8 star player points. I'm like, great. I'm going to save up for 10 to get block. I never got a single casualty after that from games 3 through 9. A lot of knockouts and a lot of bolt downs where the Minotaur goes down and it's ruined my turn many times. But, yeah. So like, I don't know. I was trying to. Then I also had the thought, build them up, and I'm going to bring them back because you can redraft the team. There's some rules for that in the next league. We usually start the next one maybe a month after the playoffs of the first one. But then I'm like, okay, so if I redraft that team, now I got the skills I want. I got guard on 3 Chaos Dwarves. I got block on both bulls, and my Minotaur is close to getting a block. They're going to cost a lot. And then, am I still going to have the same problems, this and that? So I'm like, I don't know about the whole farming a team. Like, I'm just trying to farm and get skills for the next one. Because some people that might work for, but for me, I'm too, and it's going to sound weird, but I'm too competitive, even though I don't act like it. In my head, I'm too competitive to go through another season irritated with stuff not working. We had pouring rain like 4 out of 5 games. I had some of the worst prayers against me, like moles. So there goes go for it, right? There goes the Bulls whole thing, go for it. And it just was like, man, this is rough. So finished with 1 win, 1 tie, and 7 losses. And my final game is against someone who dropped out, who has 2 wins. So he's already. So I guess I'll get the win against them. So we'll each have 2 wins, but it doesn't matter. I'm not even going to like fill out my sheet or I don't even care. It's over. And it's a fun league. We got 18 coaches. We've had, I think, 3 drops for work and other things. It's every week. So, people commit and then they realize this is a bit much, Weirdly enough, I know you're doing every 2 weeks and that's how I always did in the past. I actually still prefer every week. I would rather sit out a whole league that's just on, then I'm on, then I'm off, versus every 2 because I don't know. It feels like I'm more into this league. I'm more into where the teams are. People are showing up to other people's games. Like they're people that just pop in like, oh, you got a game tonight? Like, no, I just want to pop in. I knew you guys were playing tonight. That never happened to me in any leagues. No one ever showed up on unless you had like a league night, but like if you just were playing against whoever, so that happens in this league. People showing up and just kind of hanging out. So there's a lot to be said for that aggressive schedule of it all. But with all that said, good luck to everyone in the playoffs. I won't be there, and I won't be watching your games. And I'll be taking a new team for the next league. What that new team is, I don't know. I got a couple months to figure that out. As far as the Florida Championship, is that a dugout thing or is that a graveyard extreme? How would you classify that?
That's a dugout thing. It's still ongoing, right? So it's kind of league-ish.
Yeah, league-ish. So this is interesting. And I think we might have touched on it before, but let me just kind of explain what's happening. James Luft, another great Blood Bowl ambassador, much like you, Extreme. He runs the Chaos Cup, and he's kind of one of the main dudes that you go to with like, hey, this guy knows how to build and cultivate a community. He decided to hold a state championship where it's like a tournament. It is a tournament, but it's played out over like league times. It's a tournament stretched out. It would be like watching one football game a month on TV. Instead of every week, you're going to watch one a month. It's over 9 months. So you play up an opponent just like a tournament. Swiss pairings, the winners play winners, losers, all that kind of stuff. But you're going to be paired up against somebody somewhere in the state of Florida. So you meet up halfway on the other, wherever people want to meet up, Thankfully, I'm in Tampa, so it's not too bad to get to centralized locations. And people that are in Orlando area can do it, Jacksonville. I've had no issues by any means. Some people have, and have dropped because of it, but overall, it's going pretty great. Not just because of the results, but just there's a fun chat that goes on. There's a lot of camaraderie that you would get. It's kind of funny. It's almost like when you get to hang out with your friends and make new friends, Blood Bowl friends, to clarify, not real friends. at a tournament, but you're stretching it out like you're in camp together over this time. So now it's a lot of that goes on, and it's pretty cool. And you can watch, or you can look at the results inside bbtm.app. You can look it up and see who's. And you can see the roster is pretty cool. So it's going over 9 months, 1 game per month, and I'm doing pretty well right now. I got Bretonians, I got the Middenheim Thespians, my Empire team that's acting as Bretonians. They are the old world's greatest acting troupe, but they hired on a pretty great star player. In fact, somebody who's never been in an event like this. They hired Griff Oberwald, and so he's helped me win my first 2 games. Very much so. When I say help, I mean 100% helps. The 2 Grail Knights are guard, and they're helping too in their own way. And hey, I've scored with them. I've scored with one of the Grail Knights before, but Griff is the star of the show, and the Grail Knights support him. And then the Squires keep everybody else busy. It's been pretty great so far. It's a great roster on paper. I'm playing it to the best of my ability, and I've had some good fortune so far. So we shall see what happens in round 3 as I start to play other teams that are now 2-0. I'll keep everybody posted on that. I'll be putting together another story inside the Zlurpcast Discord. I've got some background on this team already, but I'll have a full 9-month journal, so to speak, when it's all said and done of how it all went. And we'll see how I feel after 9 months. Maybe I'll be wearing a bright, shiny ring saying I'm the champ of Florida. Or maybe I'm going to say, fuck this.
No, it'd be awesome if you could get a ring. But the camaraderie and stuff that you're talking about, I think that's awesome. Because it's like, Florida, there's a lot of travel amongst the tournaments in Florida. But even then, you still get regionalized a little bit. So people are going to the tournaments closer to them. But now you get this. So maybe if you only see them once a year at a tournament, you still had this 9-month period where you were chatting a lot.
Yeah, and I'm meeting people that I will meet at a future tournament, but I'm getting them in a different element, so to speak. But like, I'm also meeting people that I met. Like, so hey, I saw you at the tournament down in Naples, and you're all the way. Yeah, I'm all the way up here. It just kind of increases that mindset of traveling to play the game. That's all. That's really at its core. You're taking a large state with a bunch of mini communities and seeing what happens when you throw them all in a blender and where it goes from there. And so far, so good, So I told James, I appreciate him putting this whole thing together. It's a great idea. I said I totally envision other states copying off this because it seems like a great idea that anybody could pull off. You just got to get willing participants that will travel 2 to 3 hours. And it's got to be, feasible, right? Like Texas might be a bit much. Yeah. California would be a bit much. But most states, you could easily pull this off because you only have usually maybe like 3 or 4 mini scenes in any state. You could pull it off anywhere.
I mean, some of the regions that have tournament series and stuff have a good community and they go to all the tournaments, but this is a little bit different because this is like one championship series to crown like the state champion. So I think that's kind of cool too. Pretty cool. And, there's a voodoo series that these tournaments belong to, but I mean, how am I going to get to like Alabama easily to go to a tournament, right? It's just, they're connected, but I'm not, I can't make it to all those. So for me, this is my regional series, because I won't be able to pull off a traditional one. So yeah, going pretty well. Lastly in the dugout, I'm just going to do a little like self-promotion. Because it's somewhat related a little bit. And, I started playing Blood Bowl the same time I started playing Necromunda back in the day. But I just always had trouble with the rules forever, for 25 plus years, 30 or whatever it's been. It's like, oh, man. So I'm actually working on a new miniatures gang game. And it's, inspired by Necromunda, of course, but it's on hexes. It's more like Blood Bowl. And so I've put that together. So down the road, I'll talk more about it. I'm not going to force it on anyone's throat on this show. However, if it's something you ever want to try, you let me know. I'll probably put it up with rules and cards and counters and all that because there are decks of cards. Probably on GameCrafter eventually one day where you can just pick it up and say, hey, I got another reason to use these cool gang models for. So I'll keep everyone posted on that. It's a lot of fun so far. I do like designing games. Extreme, where should we go next? I think it's time to go around this old world of ours.
Around the old world.
You are tuned into the Zlurpcast with the dirty player and the sneaky get.
Brought to you by Nurgle King. Your decay right away at Nurgle King now.
So,
So,
the graveyard?
around the old world.
Oh, around the old world. Oh my God. It looked.
You were
it looks
spinning
like a
so
graveyard.
much.
Yeah, it looks right. It looked like a graveyard. You know, Billy
It
Corgan
kinda
once
does
said,
right now.
"Yeah, right." The Billy Corgan once said, "The world is a vampire."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So dare I say, the old world is a graveyard.
Seems fair.
Around the old world. Coming up is the TKC-Ish tournament, which is the Three Kingdoms Championship. No, Challenge. Three Kingdoms Challenge. But, Shreem, you told me it was traditionally a team tournament. Now they're going with not a team tournament, 1 day, 4 games, and they have a stunty theme, but I thought that meant we ought to take something. You don't. You just take a boon of one. So if you align with halflings, goblins, snotlings, ogres, or gnomes, you pick a boon, like you get a sous chef instead of a master chef, you know, and something like that. So you pick one of those, but you can take any team you want. I've heard that the rules are a preview of Chaos Cup. Is that true or
Yeah,
no?
so traditionally TKC is a 2-person team event every other year. And then the other years it's just a singles tournament. But James has used this as the testing ground for Chaos Cup rules since he's been doing Chaos Cup. So that's this is where you get a preview of the Chaos Cup rules and see what they're going to be like. Maybe there'll be some tweaks or things based on what happens.
Yeah. There's, I believe, 5 tiers in this. So it's broken out a little bit differently. But, you can still take, any star, megas for some of the teams. And it's 1.15, right? 1.15. Yeah. I was like, 1.5, and I'm like, no, wait, that's way different. 1.15. And, I submitted, I first was going to play a halfling team. And I got these the cool luchador halflings, except they weren't halflings. They were bigger. They were like dwarves. And he played them as dwarves. The guy I bought them from. Objects on the internet are bigger than they appear. And I was like, they look really cool, but I don't want to use them as halflings. It's only my own personal quirk. I'm just weird like that. But to me, they look like dwarves now. Yeah, maybe I'll use them for a beach bowl dwarf team or something one day. I don't know. Who knows? So I decided to pivot. And I'm like, well, I was thinking about taking Chaos to Chaos Cup, because that's kind of what you should do, right? After all, I created the I Am Chaos Award when I took over Chaos Cup. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, then maybe I should take Chaos Chosen to the tournament that's a preview of the Chaos Cup rules. So I submitted a roster for the Skin City Party Animals, my newest team, a Slaanesh-themed team that I would take a Chaos Troll and then also bring on Sack and Dingleberry, my versions of Grack and Crumbleberry. And, I submitted it, and rosters are due May 28th. So I submitted it well in advance, which you appreciate, Extreme. Anyone who submits in advance, you always appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
But you know what it also does? It's like, I got 8 days to change my mind. Now you would think, hey, when you submit this, it's in fucking stone. It's in there. The guy might say, I'm sorry, you've already submitted it. And that's okay. And if he says that, I will happily play Chaos. But after submitting that roster a few weeks ago, and after finishing up an awful season with a team that I struggled with, I was like, am I going to have fun playing 4 games and having some issues not feeling competitive? I don't know. I mean, I can just go for casualties, take a bunch of claw and whatever, and just. But the night of my last league game, last Tuesday, was also St. Patrick's Day. And I did not find a pot of gold in there. I did not find that. However, I did find a green wood elf team on eBay painted by, do you know who Lou Rollins is?
I feel like I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's in Salt Lake City, and he goes to a bunch of tournaments, and he paints a bunch. He painted them, and they look really nice. And I was like, I should just buy that. So I bought it. Then I explained to my wife what I just did. I said, hey, there was half the money was PayPal money, came from this other thing. She's like, yeah, but the other thing was originally bought with our money, though, right? Like, yeah. But when it comes back in PayPal form, it changes into play money. Isn't it cool? That it's like getting like cash back, or like It's cash back. It's like, it came from your checking account. Yeah, but it's cash back. I got it. Like, it's mine now. Yeah, but it doesn't matter where it came from. PayPal money. So anyway, team's on the way. That's coming to Wood Elf team. And basically I'm going to resurrect the Shamrock Shakes for the third time. You know, years ago, I may have this. One moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so something Johnny skipped over here. April 11th in Ocala, Florida is where TKC is.
What'd you say?
I was giving the dates and location for the tournament.
Oh, thank you. Remember this thing?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. I do remember that.
So, hey, Heather got me this a long time ago based off of this player that was on the team. I wonder now, like, this style case, let me open this up, show and tell. I had them standing up because they were metal models, one-piecers back in the day, which, hey, a lot to be said for the greatness of a one-piece model that can't fucking break no matter what you do to it. I had them standing straight up here and then protected by the old gun case style there. This is not good for modern teams for many reasons.
You have two options. I don't think they're bad either. You put them head down, and
it's going to smush them.
It's fine, unless they're really tall.
Well, look at this. Look at this.
I've done it. So your other option, lift that foam out and put them in from the bottom, and then that kind of holds them in place too.
From here, and then put this on top.
Yep. And that kind of keeps them more secure than they ever were before.
And maybe not even use the top part, you mean? Because I don't know if I'll be able to close it then.
Yeah, you'll still be able to close it.
It's glued in.
How tall are these wood elves?
They're the GW ones.
They're going to be
fine. But they're like so fucking bendable.
They'll be fine.
You look at those catchers the wrong way and it breaks.
I mean, that's what the catchers do.
That's true, actually. We'll see. I'll experiment with them. I would love to use that same case, though, because it's a classic. And, you know, I bought a Wood Elf team a few years ago and brought them to, I think, a Zlurpy Bowl. I just got fucking destroyed. And I just rage sold them. I think I want another go, but I'm not going to give up if I have one bad outing. I'm not going to give up. Because now I have a storyline extreme. And when you have a storyline, you can't give up so easily. I can't quit this team when there's fucking backgrounds. You know, when one of my war dancers is the grandson of Uncle O'Grimacy team owner, and he thinks he's going to take over the team when he dies, and that's why he thinks he's the star of the team, even though the other war dancer, Misty McTwirl, does all the cool tricks. When you got Bunny Cream Jeans, she's been seen in the tabloids with Jeremiah Cool. That's all I'm saying. She's, you know, in and out of the coolest clubs. You got a personality, a socialite like that in your team. You think I could quit this team? By the way, it was all created just today. That's how much fun you can have. If you ever feel like, oh, man, this game pisses me off. I just want to fucking sell everything. Name everybody. Give them all stories. You'll have a hard time selling them at that point. Lesson. So
sure.
Protecting the investment. Protecting the investment. So, I'm going to try to take that team and, do what Wood Elves do. I just want to feel like I'm competitive to win. That's all. Yeah. I don't have,
If you do win the tournament, the winner gets a free entry into the Chaos Cup, amongst other prizes.
Yeah, that sounds great. Free entry. I would imagine you get to use the same team. Doesn't it feel like lore-wise that if you got in for free, you should bring the same team?
I mean, you should, but I don't think it's a requirement.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you want to play the game the right way and play with your toys the right way, you say, these guys fucking earned this. These guys are doing this. Not, I want them with these guys, but whatever. They're just player 3, these pieces. Like, no, I don't know. They want it.
Yeah.
Hang the banners, right? Extreme. Is there any 40 Miners members that are named player, whatever, and piece?
There is not, no.
Okay. And I guess you could name one like piece, like P-E-A-C, like piece. Like,
you could.
Johnny Grimpiece, for example.
Maybe on my Beach Bowl team, maybe.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. So this should be fun. There's going to be a good amount of coaches there because it's, it's in Ocala at an amazing game store called Warp Fire Minis. Like, man, I don't know if I mentioned this on the last Zlurpcast, but they had my name in the system already from the first time I went, or from when I went there the first time, they already had my name in there because I ordered stuff from their website years ago. And what's funny is Armada Games in Tampa had the same thing. They're like, oh, you still at, and they mentioned my Colorado address. I'm like, no. I'm like, how do you have that? They're like, you bought a book from us. I'm like, oh, shit. Wow. So kind of cool.
You're like, oh man, I buy a lot of stuff.
I know. Got a lot of stuff. It's PayPal money. When you sell something, it's going to PayPal and it covers you for everything else.
I don't think you're understanding. See, PayPal money, different.
PayPal, it's like clean money. I'm laundering the money. It's going through PayPal.
My job doesn't pay me in PayPal money. Where does it come from? It's completely different.
PayPal money is free money, you know? Anyway, this store is fucking great, though. It's Warp Fire Minis, and they got a good website with a ton of stuff. You know what I love there that no one else probably loves? They have an entire wall with just painted bases from that Gamers Grass company, which I love, where, if you've never seen these things, they're phenomenal. I do wish, though, there was more in a pack. There's always packs of 10. So if you do it for Blood Bowl, you usually got to buy more than one pack. But, they're amazingly painted ones. They have a whole wall of bases. And then they have rooms for every game. There's 30 tables there. It's awesome. I love that store. So that's where it is, which is even closer to me than going into the Orlando area. So, yeah, looking forward to it for sure. So that would be a Around the Old World tournament, which I will talk about next month in the Graveyards. That's how that works, Extreme. It starts off around the Old World, and then it goes into the Graveyard.
Yeah, I'm familiar, but I wanted to cheat the system this time with my Around the Old World, and I have a good reason for it. Because I want to drive as many people to this tournament as possible because it raises money for charity. Okay. So you can't
Around the Old World is okay to it's a hype segment, right?
Yeah. So you can't hate my cheating of the rules here because it's for charity.
That's right. Okay. So tell me about this.
So I want to talk about Bounty Bowl. It's in Toledo, Ohio, on May 16th. It's 4 rounds in one day, as Ohio always does. The builds, you buy your skills out of your giant amount of money they give you, and you are not limited to just skills. You can buy upgrades, stat upgrades, and you are not limited to 1 per player. So you can have up to 6 on a single player if you want to build your own star players. And each round there's different bounty rules. So the first round, I don't know which round is which, but one round is whoever is your most expensive player. That guy has a bounty. And if your opponent kills that guy, they get a bounty point. If you score a touchdown with that guy, you get a bounty point. And then there's one round where you pick, and there's another round where your opponent picks anybody. So it's kind of cool.
I like that.
There's 2 custom star players.
Let me ask you, what are bounty points? Is that for the tournament or a separate award?
Separate award, and I believe it's also a tiebreaker, maybe. But it's definitely a separate award. I won it once. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So now there's a bounty on you.
Sure, sort of.
That should be a rule, right? I'm not saying kill, just break a kneecap.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Pull a Tanya Harding on you or whatever. You know what I mean? That's a bounty on Extreme, everybody.
So the 2 custom star players, one is Morpheus and the other is Valdric. So that's pretty cool. He's a little halfling guy with finned and iron hard skin and yeah.
Modeled after Mike?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
On my painting desk right now, I have a early copy of the Immortal Cup team that everyone's going to be getting an Immortal Cup. And this team has a Nobility version and a Bretonnian version. There's a different pack to fill it out with Bretonnian. So I have the Bretonnian version and a couple star players, so it's 20 models total.
Wow.
So last year at this tournament, I auctioned off the right to pick what team I play this year.
Oh, yeah, I like that rule.
Yeah, so Sean Cowley paid some money, won the auction, picked my team, picked Bretonnian for me, and then gave me this early copy of the team. And the other part of my agreement was that this year I would play the team. After I was done with it, I would auction it off for the same charity.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm painting up this full 20 model thing. I'm going to have cool pictures of it up. I think I'm about a week from being done with it. And then I'm going to play it there and auction it off and hopefully raise some more money for Mike's charity of choice.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So when he picked Bretonnian for you, did he already know that was going to be the team they made?
No, so he waited until we both, because I actually won the auction to pick his team as well. So we waited until the rules pack for the tournament came out and then picked what race.
And then turn those into the tournament teams.
Oh, no. That was, so he, for a Markle Cup for the model team.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So initially it was supposed to be just an Imperial Nobility team. And then the Bretonnian rules came out, and he was like, well, there are only a few models short of making this work for Bretonnians too, so he had more sculpted to make it work for either one.
That's pretty cool. I like that. And I also think it's cool that no matter if you win all your games and win the tournament or not, you've got to say goodbye to that team.
Yeah.
Are you going to name players and get attached to them then, knowing that it's a short-lived relationship?
I'm going to name players for sure, but I don't think I'm going to get attached to them. No.
Yeah. I mean, you can make their storyline that, that they only get one shot or something, or they're going to be the team's sold.
Yeah.
There's a story there.
Sure.
Story
I'll include a list of player names with the team, so that way if in the future you want to take them off and continue on, you can.
Oh, that's required.
But I'm going to do it silent auction style, I believe. So I'm going to include people on the internet. I'm trying to raise as much money as possible. So I'm going to have them online and have take online bids before the tournament. Then at the tournament, I'll have that number written down and do silent auction from there. You can come up, write down higher.
So it's not a raffle. It's literally highest bid.
For my team, it is, yes. For everything else at the tournament, there's a raffle. That's separate. I'm kind of doing the auction on my own, and then I'm just going to hand Mike whatever money it raises.
That's cool. If it hits 500, I think you should do something special.
That'd be amazing. But
something more extra special. Maybe provide advice for free to the winner.
Yeah.
Unsolicited advice.
So when I win the wooden spoon and then sell the team, I'll be like, I got some advice for you.
Go post-game talk. Here's what you did wrong. You actually scored touchdowns. That's weird. No, I think that's awesome. I think it's anytime you can interweave that, to me, like charities involved in Blood Bowl is like the next level stuff, right? Like anybody could run a tournament, but when you start to add a real world impact on things too, it definitely adds an extra element to it also. Love seeing that.
For sure, and it's a good time, and if you're in the area or able to, you should head to Toledo May 16th. I'll be there.
Okay, I like it. I think May 16th is also a tournament at my store, so I won't be there at yours.
Ah,
sorry.
That's fair.
I think there's another Armada tournament there. Okay. So you said you have one more thing around the old world, but you're not sure if you should share it or not, because it might be next month.
No, I should definitely share this one. I do have something else that I shouldn't share, but this one I should. So one more thing. A Moracle Cup. We've talked about it before. There are spots open, so some people had to drop out, unfortunately. So if you have a team, there's actually spots if you hurry and get it. If you don't have a team, if you join the Discord, there's a channel, Discord. There's a channel for to help you find a team and get in.
I like it.
So yeah, do that, and that's all I have.
You want it to fill up. Right? It feels like it should be a full tournament. So whether people are having travel problems or whatever, it's like, yeah, take advantage of that. If you thought, man, I couldn't get in, why not do it? Put together a team.
Yeah, Spencer that we had on the podcast recently slipped in on a team, so that's pretty exciting. He didn't think he was going to get in because it was sold out.
Yeah, and that's Spencer. Like, not a lot of people like that guy. He found a team. You could too,
Yep.
All right, well, it's been fun around this old world. I think it's time to find the nearest graveyard.
Brought to you by Older Guardian. When you're here, you eat families.
You are tuned into the Zlurpcast. The Tournament Graveyard.
Hey, check what I found the other day. I found these inducement cards. Some of them are still they look cool.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not make one of these with a new rule book? You can make a set of inducement cards and a set of prayer cards, and people would have bought them all up, and then they would have sold them on eBay. But still, they would have bought them all up, though.
Yeah, that would have been a useful thing to sell in a card pack, unlike some of their card packs that were not useful and always limited for some reason.
Like a kickoff table, nice idea, but I can't read that shit. Come on. What is this, for ants? What's in the graveyard besides the creepiest of creeps.
So it's a little graveyard, if you will. I had a Stunty Soup Bowl appetizer tournament. So the Stunty Soup Bowl is something we're doing the Friday before Zlurpy Bowl is like an icebreaker event. So it's Blood Bowl 7s, but only Stunty teams. And then there's all Stunty teams have access to a 150K chef, and there's a separate award for the best soup. So whoever has the most chef rerolls gained by their chef over the course of the tournament.
I mean, are you serving soup for real though?
No.
What?
I mean,
what? Too hot? Too hot for soup?
Well, I don't want to give away any of my cool theme things because it's later in the year, and I want it to be a surprise and fun. But I have some fun soup things planned.
So the graveyard is small because you have a Stunty tournament.
Yeah,
right?
Stunties and the rosters are small because it's Blood Bowl 7s. So smaller.
Killing me smalls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was a kind of a warm-up for the version later in the year to kind of make sure that it's not a totally stupid idea and it's going to work. So this was scheduled on a Sunday, and I really didn't expect very many people at all to come because it's a variant of a variant on a Sunday. But we actually sold out the space that I had allotted for the tournament, and maybe turned a couple people away too. So I only asked for room for 12 people because I thought we would get a lot less than that, and so we had 12 people playing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Unexpected.
Yeah, for sure. So Conkill, Mike, who I believe has a lower NAF number than you.
What? He's one of the old ones?
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Oh, man.
He ended up winning the tournament for the day. I think he's on a good run since the 2025 rules dropped. So
well, he's got the experience. I mean, how could he not win? He's been playing since the 80s.
Sure. Kyle, OTS, from Ohio, came over and won Best Soup.
Best Soup.
Yes, we had several of the players too were like first-time tournament goers, which was kind of fun.
And they're like, "What's this soup stuff?"
Yeah,
it's always funny when someone's first tournament is a weird one.
Yeah, but Kyle brought his son who played in his first tournament, so that was kind of cool.
All right, the next generation continues.
Yeah, and my son won runner-up at the tournament.
Nice,
Xander 0, if you will.
Very
but it was
cool.
fun. It was fun. The silly theme works. I got some custom mats made by Mats by Mars, so they're kind of vinyl mats.
I got one of those recently for something else. Yeah,
they worked really well.
Was it a super time?
I had a super time. I could say that. Yeah.
You get it?
I do. Yeah.
No, but like, do you get what I'm saying?
No, I do. Yeah.
Soup that you eat is also like super, but soup, S-O-U-P-E-R, super.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had one person that had to drop out the night before, so I got to fill in for them and play. So I got to play as well. I had my Death Roller team playing as ogres.
Do Death Rollers float in soup?
No, they don't. Sad.
Yeah, it's too bad. I like it. Do you have more fun running sevens tournaments than regular or no?
I don't know. It was fun either way.
It seems like there's less headaches, even though there shouldn't be. Is it maybe people aren't taking this? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's quicker games. I ran sevens in the past, and it seemed like it was a breeze compared to a regular tournament.
Yeah, I don't know. So one thing that did happen as a tournament organizer talk, my intention was to use Blood Bowl BBTM. And we did use it, but we had so many new players and new NAF members and stuff, and then I had to jump in and play, that we didn't have time to quite set them all up with accounts so they could log in. So I just had everyone come up to me and report their games, and I just did it all manually as the TO in the app, and it worked out perfect for a smaller event. You
can't enter it unless you have a NAF login?
You have to give them some way to log in to report their games, so you can create an account for them if they don't have a NAF account or something. But if usually people have NAF accounts and they just use that to log in.
Because all you need is one person to have it, right?
Yeah, in theory. But it was just easier for me in this.
That's fine. Yeah, and that makes sense. So you can able to. It's still, what's funny? Even them coming up to you is still way easier than like Score or Excel or anything else from the old days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Indeed.
I like it. Well, that app has proved to be very useful. It's, it seems like it's too perfect at this point, you know. It's simple enough, you know. And it's got rosters in there too. I love that. All right. Well, do we have a Zlurpcast exclusive?
We do.
Should we do that?
We should absolutely do that.
All right. Let's do that.
You are tuned into the Zlurpcast, your source for Blood Bowl discussion in the States.
Brought to you by Spiky. Just kill it.
And
Now, a Zlurpcast exclusive.
Zlurpcast exclusive. First off, you know this episode is sponsored by the one and only Charlie Victor products. Extreme, take a look at this. I got some injuries.
Oh, look at you.
Let's pick these up, you know. And if I use Wood Elves in a league, I'm going to need these things. I'm going to need them.
So I did not pick up any injury stuff at all, but I did get a whole bunch of status bands.
Oh,
so I got
status
some
bands.
gouged eyes and distracted and chomps and dodgy snacks.
That's cool.
So the reason I like these and I don't like the GW tokens is that when you put these on, it's on the model's head.
Yep.
So when you're looking down at the board, you're seeing the status. It's not something that's hidden underneath the model being pushed around.
If I'm forced to use tokens, I'd much rather have the ones that go on top of the rubber band. So I've got a bunch of prone and stuns for that. Of course, I still like to put them down. But the funny thing is, I find, especially like my Bretonians, the Squires, they keep rolling. So even when I put them face down, I still might drop a stun rubber band on them. One thing that, I don't know if we talked about this at all, but one of my favorite uses of Charlie Victor stuff is the Blitz band.
Oh, yeah?
That becomes my new starting square. Yep. I go Blitz, and that's my starting square. So then, you know how people always go, okay, I moved 4. Remember 4. I'm like, I'm not remembering shit. I don't need to remember I moved 4 and you hit on 5. That's not for me to remember. Put a thing down in the square you started in, and then it's there. The only time it doesn't work well is if they stood up, right? Because then it messes with the numbers. But put that down.
Put a pin in that. I want to come back to that in the next thing I talk about.
Were these Charlie Victor too?
Those were. So Charlie Victor did those for me for Zlurpy Bowl 2 years ago now.
Yeah. So
Holy
this
cow.
is a full, right?
Yeah. So that's when you
And-
still have a reroll.
And then you go glue, 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 glue. And then it's like,
Oh man! Or when you spill it, if your reroll failed.
yeah, you
See-
spill, I spill it out. I actually picked up a new ball token from him on my last order.
Nice.
He was out of the plain black, or the paint. He was out of the plain black back. There we go. Plain black back. So I'm like, well, what should I get? And it was all these different like nations, like flags.
Mm-hmm.
Now I probably should have got America, right? Because that's where I live. I went with the old Union Jack here.
So I do have an America ball token, but I always use the Zlurpcast one, so I haven't really had a chance to use it.
Zlurpcast one's great. Some of the boards I've played on were a little smaller, and the Zlurpcast token, I like it has girth. And it's got like a look to it, and works as also a great like kickoff coin too. This one's been more of my everyday only because of the grooves a little bit, and I've had a lot of those, especially with the bands. But you can't go wrong with any kind of metal ball token. And the last thing I want to show off is this.
Nice.
Every picture at every Blood Bowl tournament that I'm trying to remember, I'm always going to do this. Now, the idea was when I take guard, because hey, even with regular dwarves, I can get at least 2 guard. Like Chaos Dwarves, whatever. Now I'm like, am I going to play elves again? Am I going to take? I don't know. Maybe I will. But I think this is pretty cool to get these guard wristbands going. I guess could this also work extreme if you brought a giant on the pitch and you needed a base ring for him?
I'm sure. I don't see why not.
I never thought about that. How big are giants? Are they supposed to take up 4 squares or more?
Well, right now, as of recording, they don't exist. So I don't know. They're not in the current rules. We have to wait for a death zone to come out.
That's bullshit. I got Skrorg's dad here.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
Blorg. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna
I
break your model.
No, I can stretch it. I can do it. I can easily do it. So, yeah, really cool shit, though. Oh, do you have anything else? Do you have a new case? Right?
I do. I got one of the M bags. I already got some patches going on it. I haven't loaded it up yet. I will do that this weekend before my next league game. But for my current way of traveling to tournaments, this is the perfect size. I love my XL bag, but this one serves a different purpose, and I think this is the right one for my life right now.
Nice. I have not bought that one yet. I'm enjoying the XL bag, and I don't mind bringing it. I really like how, even though I like to use the roll-up pitches, the Zlurpy pitch is still, I get compliments all the time on the Zlurpy pitch. All those, but, and I do bring it, but I just don't try to shove it in there anymore. I put the other one in there because it just fits perfectly. I like having the rule book. Can you fit a rule book in that?
No.
Okay. So it's a little small, but you want it. It's nice to have, I guess, a small version, right?
Yeah, so the reason I wanted my current, because I'm always bringing other stuff to tournaments to sell or to hand off to somebody or picking up things. So I'm going to have a backpack that's going to have my rule book, my pitch, and then plenty of room to carry other crap.
Okay.
And this will be like my little lunchbox.
Yeah, with just your team in there.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm using mine as my built-in lunchbox / team, everything. More of a Lunchable, if you will.
Sure.
You know, I also like that on the XL bag, I could fit 2 full teams with staff, with stars, with everything I want in there too. That's also kind of nice. But can't go wrong. You get all kinds of compliments when you have this kind of stuff. So big fan of the Charlie Victor stuff. Go there and pick something up. CharlieVictorProducts.com. Now, talking about cool accessories, that's not the exclusive. That's just what, hey, we're excited about. What is the real exclusive, Extreme?
So the exclusive is only exclusive if you're not on the Zlurpcast Discord and you haven't seen these already. So if you aren't on the Zlurpcast Discord, you should get on it. There's links on the link tree at Blood Bowl Podcast.
Yeah, bloodbowlpodcast.com. That's what we're currently doing. I like it so that way if you watch an old episode, everything's going to be wrong. I like that. I like that you can't. It's like I watched an old wrestling pay-per-view the other day, and it had a 900 number for like backstage tips and tricks, and it said like ask your parents permission, and then it said number not active. Like, oh fuck, I was gonna call that number right after I called the talk to Santa number. All right, we'll wrap it up. I got a new setting here, new look, new everything. It's like Saved by the Bell, the new class over here. And Screech is still there for some reason. I don't know. The fuck is Screech there? All right. So you mentioned something on Zlurpy Discord, and when you go to bloodbowlpodcast.com, you can get a link there. Those expire. People always say that expires. Does it?
I believe the link we have there never expires.
Never expires. Okay.
I believe so. Okay. If it does expire, let me know. I'll get one that doesn't expire.
How do they let you know? What's the best way?
I don't know. Contact me. Figure it out.
Send a raven, if you will.
Sure.
Okay.
But if you haven't been there, you haven't seen this cool stuff that everyone at Zlurp People is going to get. So I'm going to show some off.
Show it.
So the first thing, this is not what you'll get, but this is a sample of it. So this one has my Death Roller team on the front. The one that we do at the tournament will be all Zlurpy Bowl themed.
I like that Let's Roll has like 3 different meanings.
Yeah.
It's like, what you say when you want to, like, let's roll. And then also they're rolling, and then we're rolling.
Sure.
Did you think about that when you did it or no?
No.
There's 3 different meanings.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But this has a kickoff table and, all the normal cheat sheet type stuff that we need for Blood Bowl.
Sweet.
So everyone's going to get one of those. Pretty neat. The dice, I'm very happy with the color this year. I'm calling it a cotton candy color. I picked this out before any other Blood Bowl tournament I saw use it. And now someone's used it before me. That's sad. But
so you want credit? Is that why you said that? You want credit that you did it first?
No, I mean, whatever. I'm sure they ordered around the same time or before me. It's just a coincidence. But also, everyone's going to get 3 of these. They're little prone and stunned counters. So the stunned side has a little spilled Zlurpee. Prone has a full Zlurpee. And they're like small. So they're like the size of a nickel. So they're kind of, you can slide them under models and stuff. Could be useful. And then something completely different is the Blitz counter standee. So this can stand in the square that you started from, or you can lay it down to show that you started prone.
Oh, we were just talking about that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like the whole standy thing, you could just slide it out and use it like a Blitz token.
Can you put it closer to the camera? Ooh. So, it's like a Zlurpy man.
Yeah, so he's like blitzing at you.
Does he have a name?
This guy does not have a name.
Can I name him?
Absolutely.
It's Zlurpy, but with a Y.
Yeah, you should look on eBay real quick for that.
How did you find that, by the way? Were you searching the wrong spelling of your creation?
No, I was searching Blood Bowl Undead.
And you came across Zlurpiest and Bashki. Zlurpy.
Yep.
They said Zlurpy, like I'm feeling, it's like feeling Zlurpy today.
Yeah.
And there was 300 of those, right, made?
Of the Zlurpist? Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So it is rare.
And that one ended up in the UK, and now it's for sale on eBay.
Wow. Man. Pretty wild. We used to joke that those were currency, but it's kind of a bit of a legacy. Like, you don't ever see any of the other ones going around, but that one floats around.
You see some other ones.
You do? Oh, do you search?
Yeah, I guess.
You search your own shit?
No, I don't really search for anything. Oh, you mean of the other Zlurpy models?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could still buy one or two of them from Impact Miniatures.
Oh, that's who made them, so they're still selling those?
Not Zlurpist, but some of the other ones.
Okay. But Zlurpist is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty cool, That was, one of the hard things about that model is just being real careful of that straw.
Yeah.
I got one that it was the part of the Midway Monsters Undead team that was painted for me, but paint's kind of chipped off the straw a little bit, but it's still there. It looks like a silver straw now. Like, it's kind of like fancy,
Yeah, he was a little guy. That was before the scale creep of Blood Bowl.
Yeah. So he's like Snotling size now?
Yeah.
I love it.
But that is all I have to show off for Zlurpy Bowl. There are 2 spots remaining, so if you sign up quickly, you can get into the tournament and have a blast with all of us.
I like it. All right, is there 50 max, and so there's 48 right now?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Man.
And after that, we'll do a waiting list, and if anyone has to drop out, we'll fill that spot.
But as of right now, recording.
As of right now,
Thursday evening, 2 spots remain.
Yeah, some early rosters are coming in. I haven't even started bugging people about it yet, so that's exciting.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. People say, like, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year is, like, end of April when you start, like, saying, get your rosters on.
Yeah.
Roster Nazi. It's like, is Santa going to be good? Roster Nazi, he will only visit your house if you're a good boy.
Oh, man.
Roster Nazi.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
We got to have some, like, write some tales of Roster Nazi. Like, what's that up on the roof? Is that reindeer? Nope, that's Roster Nazi. He's going to slide down your chimney, go to your computer, and print out your shit for you. Should I leave milk and cookies? No, you leave a fucking roster for him. Come on. I love this. This is my favorite bit in a long time. Oh, man. What does Roster Nazi look like? I mean, I don't know. He's not Santa Claus. He's got a different look to him, I mean,
he's always angry for some reason.
Maybe he shows up in a David S. Pumpkin suit, as part of his lore. Before it was a thing. Yeah. Just like I got the dice before it was a thing. Just like we had the idea for the podcast. We had the idea for a podcast before everybody. We didn't do it before everybody, but we had the idea before everybody. Oh, man. Good times. Finish on a high note. I love it. Well, that's Zlurpcast. Thanks for making the journey with us. Hope to see you at an upcoming tournament, either in the HOTS region of Indiana and surrounding, or if you want to come down to Florida and play some Blood Bowl, we can do that too. Follow everywhere at Zlurpcast, all the social media. I'll throw some clips up online as well. You can listen, you can watch. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the little bell, all that kind of stuff so you get notifications, all of that cool stuff. Find us on Discord. Extreme is extremely active. Like, so much so where he doesn't even get any work done at his job. He's on Discord all day. And it's like the old days. Like, I had people come over, they're like, what's that green website you're always on? And I was on the Zlurpy forums. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, every time I walk by, you're on a green website. I'm like, don't fucking worry about it. You know how long it took to get this rank of legend next to my name? Don't fucking worry about it. So follow everywhere. Join Zlurp Nation on Facebook as well. and we'll see you next time.